right, we're headed to Budapest. Let's do this. So I just arrived in Budapest, Hungary, and I ran out of Wi-Fi, like data and stuff, and so I don't like have any like Wi-Fi to be able to get to my hostel, or at least like look on the maps. And so I got to this mall, and I was like, oh my god, I found it. It says, I found phone. I mean, obviously it's called J phone, but still. Anyway, I'm gonna get a new SIM card because my last one literally just only lasted for about 2 weeks. So I'm gonna get a new one. Kind of sad about that. To pay for more. I paid for a lot today, actually. I had a long day. Well, I tried to remain positive, and well, the guy couldn't help me. He said he didn't have any SIM cards, so I don't know what to do. I'm literally wandering this mall, and I don't have a way to get a SIM card, and I am stuck here. Can't believe it. I can't believe it. This is like the end. This is literally the end of my trip. And I can't get something as simple as a SIM card. I don't know what I'm gonna do. We'll figure it out. I don't know. I'll let you guys know if I ever make it. Well, but it's currently nighttime in Budapest, and I made it here without any SIM card or literally any Wi-Fi. All I had to rely on were... Okay. All I had to rely on was screenshots of my GPS. That's it. I had to take some metros and stuff. I made it here to the Avenue Hostel. I'm just looking around now, like trying to find it. I'm on the exact street that I need to be. Question is, where is it? So we'll figure it out. I'll let you guys know when I get there. This is literally taking all day. Are you kidding me right now? Really? Well, here it is. It looks like shit, but you know, that's fine. It even says it right there too. Oh, all right, well, let's go in. And this is the room. And this is my bed. And down below are the locks. It's not that bad. It really isn't. Huh. It's like really cozy. Anyway, I think I'm just gonna get some sleep. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Yeah. And there's a big surprise I have for you by the end of this trip. So I'll see you guys later. Yeah. It is now morning in Budapest. And I just wanted to give you a little spiel about like everything. So last night, there's this guy that my dad knows. His name is Mark Richards, and he is a really cool guy. And he wanted to meet up with me because he's lived in Budapest for almost his whole life. He moved here when he was 25 years old. He lived in Ocean City, Maryland with my dad, and that's how they like know each other. But his brother is in the film industry, which I thought was really cool. He's in Hollywood and he works on commercials. And he himself does like gardening and stuff. And I mean, it's really cool. Like he just fixes the city. He fixes the city of Budapest because he talks to me about how there are really hot days of the years, like called dog days and stuff. And he's trying to make sure that everyone is cool and that people don't die when it gets really hot here, because it can get very hot here. So that's really crazy. And he knows a lot about gardening and just carbon dioxide and just anything to do with plants and just cement and structures and architecture. I mean, he knows about all of that stuff. So anyway, I briefly mentioned a surprise for this trip. And so I wanted to talk about what that was. There is this hotel, and you guys might think I'm bullshitting you, but I'm not. There's this hotel that was once a castle here in Budapest, and it's about maybe 10 miles away from where my hostel is. And I'm not gonna go to it today probably. I might go to it either tomorrow or the day after. I'm not sure yet. Anyway, it used to be a castle centuries ago probably. because my ancestors built that castle. The Wate ancestors, or Vatai, or Vate. It's the W in Wate is pronounced because it's double V, so it's a V, not W. So I learned from my uncle a little bit, and I actually posted it on my Instagram a long time ago, which a lot of it is misinformation. It's not necessarily true. But Mark and I were walking down this sidewalk, and he like knows everybody in this city. Like, he knows so many people, and then we ran into these historians that he's also friends with, and they teach history of Hungary in London, but they happen to be here. And what a coincidence, because he asked me what my surname was. I don't know how we got into that conversation, but the historian guy asked me what my surname was, and I said Vate, and he said, well, then I should shake your hand. I mean, he was drunk, but whatever. But he said I should shake your hand because I'm a descendant of nobles. Now, I don't want you thinking I'm like bullshitting you, because I know that sounds really far-fetched, but I am. In a place like Hungary, if your last name ends with AY, that means you are a descendant or you were part of the noble family. Sorry, I had to step outside. Somebody would literally just set his tools down in front of me. So like I said, if your last name ends with AY, that means you're a descendant of the noble family, hence Vate, Wate, or Vatai, whatever. That's how it's technically pronounced. And he said there were a lot of noble families in Hungary. Apparently, they took up 1.5% of the population in Hungary. But my family was one of the more well-known ones, and the ones that survived and fled to the US. But the story behind it is, this castle was turned into a hotel by one of my ancestors. And if you go to my Instagram page, it says Paul Francis Wate, my great-grandfather. If you look online, that's not really true, although my uncle says it is, or at least used to say it was. I don't know how much of that actually is true. But anyway, this is what the historian was telling me. So during World War II, the Germans were committing mass genocide on the Jewish people. And especially in places like Hungary. Of course, like, Europe was not a good place to be during World War II. But a lot of the noble families actually, well, according to the historian guy, actually helped aid in the killing of Jewish people. Now, I know what you're thinking. Damn, his ancestors helped? No. He said that he had studied my family. And he was really interested in talking to me, which is really cool. My family, the Vatai family, he said, they actually did not aid in that. And I'll tell you why, that evidence in a bit. So even if the noble families didn't participate, even if some of them didn't participate, and there were about 15,000 people, that's about 1.5% of the population of Hungary at the time, didn't participate, if some of them didn't participate in the killing of the Jewish people, it didn't matter, because they were all punished. It did not matter whether they participated in the killing of the Jewish people or not, because every single person that was a noble was punished, including my family. And so their plots of land was taken, hence the castle that was taken. Somehow in that mix, it was later then turned into a hotel by my ancestors. I have no idea. If you go online, there's this woman who apparently shared my last name, who actually co-founded it with this other guy. I don't know if it was her husband or not. But yeah, so my ancestors and stuff fled to the US, and that is why I am from the US, or at least the origin of how I got there, how all of us ended up there. And so the really cool part is, and this is the end of the story, I know it's a long spiel, but it's a cool spiel. I'm actually owed, I think, and don't quote me on this, and don't quote the historian guy on this, because I'm not sure exactly what he was, I don't know if it's true or not, I don't know if it's possible anymore, but he said around the 80s or 90s, I was owed compensation. I was owed compensation for the plot of land that was taken. And back in the 90s, it would have been a lot more money, but now, I'm not exactly sure. And he said, have you applied for compensation? I said, no. Is it too late? Is that even a thing? And he said, yeah, it should be if you haven't done it yet. And I think I'm the first Wate to be here since the building of the hotel. I have no idea if anyone's collected it. I don't know, but I think I know for a fact I'm the first one back in Budapest since then. So I don't know. So yeah, I don't know. I'm owed compensation. It's not much, he said, but it's something. So that's my spiel for the day. That is the big surprise I wanted to tell you guys. So there you go, I told everything to you. But before we do all of that stuff, before we go see that hotel, I'm sure there's plenty more things to see. There are galleries and museums and stuff here that I need to do. But for now, I need to get data for my SIM card. So I hope you guys enjoyed that story. I'm trying not to let it get to my big head. Just kidding. But I'm gonna go do that first. I'm gonna go get data for my phone, and I will see you guys later. Bye. So apparently, Mark is inviting me over for lunch for grilled cheese sandwiches, and he gave me the directions in great detail of how to get there. But he told me to walk through Hungary Square Park, and yeah, I mean, it is very nice. He said it was a nice walk, and I would agree. I mean, it's very nice. There's like a nice fountain right here. Let me show you. Wow. I could literally walk right in here. That's crazy. Wow. So, yeah, I don't really want to interrupt him or bother him and be like recording while I'm with him. I mean, we're not going to be doing much. We're just hanging out. So after that, maybe I'll go check out a gallery or something. Maybe a castle, because they have castles here apparently. I learned that from somebody, one of my hostel mates, I guess. So yeah, we might go check one out later. I don't know yet. But for now, I'm going to hang out with Mark. So I'll see you guys later. Okay, before I end this here real quick, I just wanted to say this is an old ass elevator. This is so cool. Oh my god, he said to push for the second floor, so yeah? No? Huh. Okay. Well, there you go. Well, it's really late in the day, and there's really not much left to do because things are gonna be closed, and I don't know. But there's a lot of castles to check out apparently. I mean, I don't know how many, but there's some. Not now, probably not today. It's getting dark. It'll be dark soon. I just ended up hanging out with Mark for a long time because, I don't know, I enjoyed it. And you know what? Sometimes this vlog needs a break. It needs some time to breathe. And Mark talked a lot about, and it's a lot of talking that I'm doing right now about everything today and this day. But you know what? Sometimes information dump is needed. I don't know. Probably not the best way of putting things. But anyway, yeah, Mark and I hung out and I got to check out his garden. And he's a composter. That's his actual title. He volunteers as a composter, although his actual profession is that he translates Hungarian into English and vice versa. English back into Hungarian. I don't know. I don't know if it's like odd jobs or not. That part I didn't quite get. Anyway, but I learned a lot about like ecosystem and the climate and how gardens should be planted. And I thought that was really cool. And I would give a whole speech on that and what he told me, but no, this is not a vlog about that. This is a vlog about the cities I'm going to. And Budapest is beautiful. And I'm sure tomorrow, I'll do a lot more. So for now, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.